One of the most important parts of decentering men for me was decentering their O. And I just wrote about it for the Daily Beast. Honestly, I didn't realize until I wrote this story that this story is probably the most important story that I've ever told. Because centering myself in the bedroom with men was not only the hardest thing I've ever done, it was the most empowering thing I've ever done. Because I didn't respect myself. I felt like a walking hypocrite because I know I'm a badass, right? I've spent my whole life trying to prove to myself that I'm strong and I'm powerful and I can do anything. And honestly, I pretty much thought I could. Almost a little too much, y'all. Some of this was like running from trauma. Some of this was like trying to prove, I am stronger than the force of nature. Because I learned in early childhood that I'm definitely not stronger than men on a physical level. And they scared the crap out of me. So I did all this stuff to prove and everyone else that I'm a badass and I'm a leader. That's me being a leader in the outdoors in very terrifying conditions. And yet, the one area that I actually was a coward because of former trauma, so it is completely justified, was dealing with men. In particular, having hard conversations with men, cutting off access to my body from men who felt entitled to it, ruthlessly setting hard boundaries for myself and making myself stay accountable to them. I was terrified of hurting a man's fragile little ego in the bedroom because God forbid he not use my birth canal for his right hand. I was so afraid to step into my power in the bedroom. I was a walking contradiction. This big, tough, strong climber girl who let men do ridiculous things to me. And in the article I talk about, I did not realize that this is actually life and death. That letting the wrong man near me into my heart, into my bed, into my home, and especially into my dating life, like literally to date the wrong man is the most dangerous thing I could possibly do. And it is the only thing that got me this close to death, even though I've done tons of stuff that is so dangerous. And so this article is about all the ways I became a ruthless bitch in the bedroom. I talked about how I realized that when men are going to lie to me about not having a condom, I'm going to lie right back and say, I don't have one either. Go to the pharmacy. If they're not going to eat my blocked, if they're not going to center my O, when I'm the one with a long list of messages from men, and we know this, there's definitely pretty privilege, not denying that, but we know that men are the ones who are desperate to get laid and will literally do it with a dead body. You know what I mean? Men have no standards, none for who they will. They have ridiculous standards for who they'll date. So if I'm the one with all the power here, I'm the one who you want to get laid, come and get it, but you're going to have to work for it. And this article is about me becoming the most confident I've ever been in my life, because either the most confident I've ever been in my life, other than when I finally became the Harvard powerhouse lawyer for my O. The only other time that I've been that confident was when I didn't mess with men at all, when I was celibate, totally celibate. That is when I felt so good about myself. So I realized if I'm going to date men or even hook up with men, that experience has to leave me coming away from it feeling just as good as I do when I'm celibate and doing what I want to do and centering myself. Because I would much rather get off with a battery operated thing alone than be traumatized by one more man who doesn't give a crap about me and doesn't see my humanity. I am so proud of this article. It was very difficult to write. I had no idea it was going to be that personal until I got into it. And the last couple of weeks have been triggering, to say the least. Full on nervous system meltdown, more or less. But this was the hardest fight I've ever done. Fighting for my O, centering my O, and not let men treat me like a blow-up doll anymore. You either see access to this as the gift that it is, or bye-bye. Let me know if you want to hear more about the article. It is probably behind a paywall. I don't know. Some people can read it, some can't. I don't know. But I am so proud of myself, and I hope it inspires some other women who hook up and date men and marry men to fight this crap in one of the most challenging places, yet one of the most important. Let me know if you want a part 2.